It is no longer news that the National Assembly of Nigeria has promulgated a piece of legislation enabling state governors to establish state policing structure in their respective states. According to National Assembly, it will help track crime and criminality and fight insecurity. It is just awaiting presidential assent and deliberation by houses of assembly in our respective states. According to them, having state police will go a long way to stop or to reduce so many things happening in Nigeria as regards insecurity. And many Nigerians have supported the idea, whereas others, people like myself, have refused to support the idea of establishing state police. What is the reason? The reason is that we are not yet mature to have state police. Our governors are not yet mature to run a state police structure that will sustain our democracy. They are not yet mature. We know what they do with every agency of government that they control. You know what the state houses of assembly are. In Nigeria, governors control the houses of assemblies. The governors direct them, do this, do not do this. So it is a state house of assembly structure. It's an annexure of government house. So you see the condition of state judiciary. The courts, state courts are absolutely annexure of government house in our respective states. So you see that everything that is under the control of or the management of states, the governors, they kill such a thing. Look at what they do with a state electoral umpire. They use it to perpetrate election fraud at local government level. Imagine what they do with federal police. How much more when they now have their own, or where they have the authority to establish a security structure for themselves. It means that democracy will be more threatened in Nigeria because they will use it to gag voices. They will use it to hound voices of dissent. They will use it to fight political opponents. They will use it to fight people whose properties they want to take. They will use it to pursue vendetta. So you say that it is not going to fight insecurity. Rather, it will worsen, it will exacerbate the insecurity that we face in Nigeria today. So the idea of establishing state police is a bad one. It is a bad idea and should be seen as one. Look at the local government system that the governors control. Our local government system is dead, despite the judgment from Supreme Court of Nigeria ordering that governors should stay clear of local government management. But they are not obeying it. So to fight insecurity, we should not establish an idea, a structure that will worsen it rather than fighting it. Therefore, if Nigerian government wants or is serious to fight insecurity to stand still, then what they should do is to establish functional local government system in Nigeria. Let our local governments receive their money, their federal allocations directly into their accounts. Yes, that is the only way to fight insecurity because every crime is local and it has to be fought using local structures. So local government administration that is devoid of all manner of infractions will help in a long way. It will go a long way to fight insecurity. If our local government administration starts functioning well, there will be job opportunities for graduates and skilled individuals. If our local government administration is given fiscal authority, unbridled administrative authority, insecurity will be tackled and development will be driven down to the rural areas. People will be empowered because some of the local governments are receiving humongous allocations from federal government and IGR sources. So let Nigerian government, the presidency, the National Assembly focus more on revamping the local government system. Imagine the governors determining who becomes an officer or who leads the structure in their respective states. And our democracy will be trampled upon. We know what they do with federal police. Now that they have their own security structure, it means that they will deal with Nigerians. They will deal with democracy. See what they do with the vigilante groups that they form. They use the vigilante structure to hound political opponents. They use the vigilante system to commit all manner of atrocities, to collect people's rightfully owned properties. And it is not good. When our local governments start enjoying fiscal independence, what it means is that people will be empowered, job opportunities will be established, development will be driven down to the rural areas, insecurity will be fought, education at the basic level will be given attention to because they will now control their money. The local government chairman will now have the authority to determine what to use the money that comes into their pockets from the federal government to do. The local government legislative structure will start performing, maximally. It is not going to be a matter of state governors staying at their government in their lodges and be issuing order. So let Nigerian government think along this line because that is the only thing that will help us fight insecurity. Giving local governments fiscal and administrative independence. Once this is done, then be assured that insecurity will be fought to stand still. To make the local government system function maximally, make laws that will enable the INEC, the Federal Electoral Umpire, to organize local government elections because state electoral umpire has bastardized, has defeated the purpose for which the state electoral system was established. They are the beck and call of the governors because the governors anointed them. They determine who gets the ticket of their respective political parties. They determine who becomes what in the state electoral umpire. They determine how many years the local government chairmen and councillors will spend in office. They determine everything. They also determine projects that local government chairmen will undertake. Sometimes you see these governors collecting more than 70% of the total federal allocation that comes into the respective local government areas. And it is not good. That's why local government chairmen cannot construct roads. That's why they cannot employ people into the local government system. Because the governors control their money. The chairman may have a good sense of administration, but since they don't control the money accruing to them, so they cannot do anything. They won't be able to enforce democratic or administrative policies. Yes. Without sufficient or without controlling what comes and goes out of the local government, the chairman will not bequeath their respective local governments with any developmental project, because it is fiscal autonomy that will now make the local government chairman to determine where, when, how to carry out projects that have direct bearings on the lives of their people. Without fiscal autonomy for local government areas, insecurity will continue blossoming. Insecurity will be there because using insecurity to fight insecurity is not a good idea, because we know what our governors are capable of. They will use the state police officers to perpetuate themselves on seat, because they will use it to deliver whoever wants to succeed them, thereby selecting lackeys. So they have already started celebrating that National Assembly has given them the opportunity to prosecute 2027 election. Where I come from, Ebonyi State, some people in the government, some members of the APC have started celebrating that they now have a police structure of their own to prosecute election, and it is not good. Our democracy will be attacked and trampled upon. Free speech will be exterminated. People will start losing their properties more than they currently lose. So, state police is not the way to go. If Nigerians are given the opportunity to vote whether or not to have state police, I am very sure that majority will vote it out. Majority will not accept the idea of state police because we are not yet mature to handle state police or run it. So let the federal government and the National Assembly think twice. They should revisit this idea of state police and ensure that even if it is to be established, there should be strict compliance by the governors. The governors shouldn't be given total, absolute power to run the system, because we know what they are capable of. We know what they do with everything that comes under their control. So it won't fight insecurity when state governors are to manage the security of their states. Absolutely. Yes, Nigerian police and sister security agencies are capable of fighting insecurity so long as they are incentivized, so long as they are given required attention. But it is unfortunate that Nigerian government is not empowering our security organizations to fight insecurity. They are not providing job opportunities for young graduates in our respective states. The governors are not recruiting people as much as they should into the civil service system of their respective states. So fighting insecurity by recruiting people who always work with the governors during election, because who are they going to recruit into the state policing structure? They are these people, majority of them will be boys they use in prosecuting elections. So the case of insecurity will rather escalate more than we see it today. So let there not be state police. It will harm our democracy. It will make our society to be more volatile, and it will haunt all of us. We all will be hurt, including the governors that are celebrating the idea of state policing, because once they leave office, their successors will use the same system to fight them, to pursue political vendetta. So anybody celebrating it now will certainly regret it as time goes on. Empower citizens. Roll out schemes that will see to the engagement of Nigerian citizens at all levels. Let them be engaged with meaningful ventures. Without doing that, then we are not achieving anything with state police. I am Sir Chika Nwoba.